What a strange day. Look at the rounds on here. So much fog about that you can't even see the horizon. Can't see over to the other side of the lake. Look at those birch trees down there. They're killers, those birch trees, and I'll tell you why. It's something that you don't think about. But look down here, there's a little pile of leaves. And these leaves, they form mats on the ground. What happens is these big birch trees, they send down their big tap roots and their roots, and they go and they got all these micronutrients and stuff like that, and they transport them up. They dig deep down into the ground, and every year they transport it up the trunk, way up into the top of the tree. The foliage is there, and it picks up sunlight and all the micronutrients, nutrient dense stuff, and all the leaves form. And then in the autumn, it drops it onto the ground. It just forms a carpet of leaves. And when you get a carpet of leaves, well, I suppose the tree's thinking to itself that, hey, I won't have to work so hard to get these micronutrients next year, because they'll be all up near the top of the surface. But the other thing that it says to itself is that we don't want to give this to any other plant, so let's put really down a dense layer of leaves so we can choke everything out and nothing else will grow underneath the trees. And that's what usually you find in forests. You got lots of leaf litter, and then nothing grows underneath the trees. So perhaps the fog's lifting a little bit. It all depends where you look at it. If you look way down the lake there, you can't see anything. It's a very sort of special day. But it's like this. I've come here to plant some rockery onapo and 2 birch trees and scatter in some other things. I've got them in my car now. Let's go up and see them. I got 70% off these, which is Mustamari auronia or Corista auronia. 10 different plants. I won't plant them this year, but I'll have them for next year. I brought these foxgloves from home, and I'm just going to plant them down by the lake. And then here, that's the 3 birch trees and the 1 railway station apple tree there, which I'll try and get in today. I also brought this basket of sempervivum type plants. And this dianthus, I'll rip the root off that. And then down in here, all these little chicks and hens, I'll put those in. And I'll throw some of this stuff, it gives a nice little yellow flower. Put it all along here. But that's a little rockery. Soften the edge, perhaps down there as well. Down that crack, definitely. Because these plants, they'll grow on concrete. They're just so good at growing. Okay, I've put a row just along all the cracks in those rocks. So we'll see how they do. I think if they survive there over the winter, then in the springtime they'll take off. It's pretty late in the season for doing stuff like this. Oh, look, I'll put in that deer this in there. Yeah, they are all along there. Just to the edge of the road, maybe about 2 meters over. Also down that bank. They put out lovely white flowers. Spiky white flowers. Don't know the name of them. Or I saw a gardening show once where it said that there was some plant of the year back in the 1940s or something like that. But that's them in. And there we have Rina Risa and Ilona. I'm going to plant these for my girls. Rina Risa and Ilona. It's called Rauduskoiva or Betula pendula, so it's some weeping birch. I think I might plant those down by the shore. And then this one here is Maya. It's got to be Maya. She loves this tree, my wife. The Rautatie omenapple. And I'll plant that near the house. Oh, and you can see it's beginning to bend over now. Like that. It's a beautiful apple tree. So that's it. If I can get those in today, I'll be happy. I've dug a little hole for the apple tree. Surprise, surprise. Just filled with roots. Goodness knows what, most likely Wohen putki. And I take it out the pot, you can see here that the roots are rather root bound, going around in a circle, so I'll have to tease those out, put them down into the hole. And another thing is that I think the graft is down there for it, very low. Usually they're about 2 feet up, so this just looks like it's the one branch which is being used here. So tease that out, put it in the hole and cover it up, and hopefully it'll survive over the winter. So that's the girls planted. That might be Ilona there. Next to her is Risa. There. At the end there. Firstborn girl. Rina. Look how beautiful she is. Just look how beautiful that lake is. Oh, wonderful. You grow well. There are two there. Looking down the lake. So, in years to come, perhaps my children will look at these. Remember their father when I'm no longer here. My dad planted these for me. Oh, I'm getting sentimental. There they are. It's a bit late in the season, but when I looked here, the little buds are there. I think they'll do well. Swans. I miss them. I always come here hoping to get swans, but I never do. That's not a swan, that sounds like a crow. Look at that horizon. Now I'm going home and have some dinner.